Good afternoon, STEAM Academy students and staff. And today we're going to be talking about BCTC and what it is all about with Syntasia.
Will?
And Lathan.
And as most of you may know, BCTC is an option where students can go to a real college as juniors and seniors, and STEAM Academy staff members help set us up for success as students starting off our freshman year.
So BCTC is just a college after STEAM Academy where STEAM students go into it, or at least a lot of STEAM students go into it, and to get the ability to get more college credit hours, so they can spend a lot less money and a lot less of their time in real college. Well, it is a real college, but it's more of a practice, so to say, to college after STEAM. BCTC is meant for seniors, sophomore, or seniors and juniors at STEAM. But after normal STEAM students graduate from STEAM Academy, you can go there and get more college credit.
It's also a much cheaper option because it is funded by grants in order to give a cheaper option for an associate's degree.
Yeah, and while this college isn't like a bachelor's degree giving college, you can still get your associate's degree, and it just gives a chance to high schoolers to get a touch of what college will be like if they plan on going in the future, and even if they don't.
So a good way to be prepared for this, for BCTC, is to make sure you have the right amount of credit hours and the right amount of practice at STEAM before you head into BCTC. So the minimum amount of credit hours you need for BCTC is 3 science credits, 4 math credits, and 2 English credits, or 1 or more history credits. There are a few parts to remember about BCTC, other than having lots of credit hours, and that's keeping your behavior in check and having at least a 2.5 GPA as the absolute minimum to get into BCTC.
And there are many different ways that STEAM students do prepare to go to BCTC. Like me, as a sophomore myself, I am trying to keep my grades up and thinking of what I might want in my future that BCTC can help me with. What are you guys doing?
Um, I am also sophomore, and I'm working to get into BCTC as a co-op job, so I can work and get college classes at the same time. But in order to do this, I also have to work extra hard because I'm pretty much going full time with 4 class hours at BCTC. And with my pathway as biology, I will be able to put these college classes to use in a real college territory.
What about you, Will?
I'm planning on doing a internship while taking college classes. That way I can progress my education, but also learn about different job opportunities and find like a work area that I feel comfortable with.
And we did interview Mr. Rid, and this is what he had to say.
So, current STEAM students that want to prepare for BCTC in the future would be similar to what any student would want to do to prepare for college in general, because you are taking actual college classes with actual college professors. And so, the best thing you can do to prepare is work on, I would say, your more so like your soft skills, like how do I manage my time when I have time to work on assignments? How do I manage that? How do I manage my calendar, like when my assignments are due? How do I know that this paper is the right amount of pages? And managing all of those to-dos about school is probably one of the best things you can do to prepare for BCTC, as well as making sure that your GPA is top notch. So one of the things about BCTC is you have to have at least a 3.0 to qualify to take most of their classes that they offer. And so that 3.0, which is a B average, so A's and B's in high school classes, is by far the best thing you can do to prepare to be eligible to come and also to learn how to be successful. A lot of the college classes will have fewer assignments than high school courses, but more weight. So we have some classes that students take that are simply just 4 tests, and that's it. The whole class, the whole grade is 4 tests. 25% for each test will go into your final grade. You come to class, and whether or not you take notes, come to class, pay attention, that's on you. You have to want it in college. And one of the things I tell our students is that you're paying for these classes. So, if you're paying for them, you want the return on that investment. You want to be able to take those credits that you're earning and truly take them and then go on to the next level of what you're wanting to study. So if you just pay for a class and then don't show up or don't do the work, you're the only one that's losing out at that point. And so that's where we really challenge students to say, like, you are signing up for this, and this is a big commitment. And so just know that you really have to want it and want to be ready for what the next step.
Now back to what BCTC is. Life on BCTC campus is full of life, with many activities and friends in the making. There are many organizations at BCTC, including intramurals and esports students, government associates, Phi Beta Lambda, Phi Theta Kappa, and Students for Peace on Earth Justice. And this allows many students to continue to make friends and just stay social at BCTC.
All these groups and more, there's a whole lot of ton of other groups at BCTC that haven't been listed, but all these groups come together to make it feel like a real true experience like we have at STEAM, but it might actually be even more social and more opportunities to make friends because of how much there is. And because since it's a real like college campus, you'll have that college feeling. So when you do go to a quote real college, you'll have college experiences already with you.
Yeah, I think this could be a really good thing because I feel like people get really stressed when going into college. So I think this is a good program.
As a sophomore going to BCTC next year, are you guys like nervous about making friends?
Yeah, honestly, with the small classes, they are really small, but there's not going to be a whole lot of people with you, so it'll be pretty hard to make friends. But with the small amount of people, it could be the reverse because there's a lot less people to talk with, so
Yeah.
you'll be scrunched together with a bunch of people, the same people you'll know every week, and you could talk to them. So personally, I'm kind of nervous, but I think it'll turn out good.
I think that because they give us so many study hours to be able to go eat lunch and study and hang out, I feel like there will be a lot of opportunities to talk to people because you'll have a lot of time to just socialize and study with people. So I feel like it won't be too big of an issue.
Are a lot of y'all's friends from STEAM Academy going to BCTC?
Most of my friends are. I know a lot of juniors already at BCTC half day, and they say they really enjoy it. And a lot of my sophomore friends are going as well.
Yeah, I think actually all of my friends are going. So
I'm really nervous. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I don't think I know a lot of people going to BCTC, but I'm a social person, so I think I'll be able to make friends. I hope.
Hmm. I also wonder if we'll have any classes with other STEAM Academy students.
Yeah, that's also what I'm kind of curious about.
Because
But
I hope it's not just college students. Like,
yeah,
I
We-
think both STEAM students and college students on Fridays, they have these special occasions where we all come together and do social stuff outside of classes. So I think that'll be the best time to talk with other people.
yeah. Well, we did interview Mr. Ridd and ask him about how many kids would he estimate go to BCTC from STEAM Academy, and this is what he had to say.
So we average, I would say, around 160 to 180 students per semester of STEAM students who either come for full days, they could come for half days in the morning and then go to a tech center, or they come for half days in the afternoon and start out at STEAM taking a couple of classes here. So they can choose any of those pathways. And then in total, we have about, like I said, about 160 to 180 per semester.
Thank you to Mr. Ridd for letting us interview him. And jumping right back into it, BCTC is a really cheap college opportunity since it is one of the cheapest tuition colleges in the entire state. And only around $95 per credit hour you could spend at BCTC.
plus an $8 fee for each class. Another reason to go is in addition to your own scholarship, they offer their scholarship opportunity. You can sign up for the 2025 to 2026 scholarship, and to do so, you just have to go to the website.
Since they offer their own scholarship opportunities, you can just go to their website of just look up BCTC website and it'll be the first link. And you can sign up for that. And it also includes financial aid off your own scholarship opportunities, so you can use those as well.
And by the time you graduate with regular high schoolers in the class of 2027, we could already have our associate's degree, and we will stay 2 years less as a normal college student.
Yeah, this will save you lots of money and keep you out of student debt. And this can help people struggle with less issues with like debt and not having enough money.
How much of a benefit do y'all think staying 2 less years in college is?
I think, at least in what I am thinking of doing right now, is I think I'm going to stay the same amount, but I'll probably take less classes so I'm less stressed out and have to pay less. So I like have less stuff to do and worry about.
Personally, I'm the exact opposite. I'm taking as many classes as I can at BCTC because of the fact that it's 3 times less than a normal college in Kentucky. So the fact that I can spend 3 times less, I'm gonna take as many classes as I can to save up money for my quote unquote real college.
See, me personally, I am kind of like nervous about the 2 years less of college, but then I'm also kind of glad that I have this opportunity as a junior and senior in high school. But like also when I get to college, I'm going to be even more nervous because I want to go and play sports when I get to college. So like me having 2 less years in high school could like disadvantage me when I play sports.
And the final reason to go to actually BCTC is because it's kind of a middle ground between high school and college. It is a real college, of course, with real college classes, but a lot of STEAM students go there every single year, so they know what to expect through other BCTC students because of half-day people who go to STEAM and BCTC, so they can get info from them.
Yeah, and as many of us have stated or like talked about in this interview so far, like a lot of us students use this to get a grasp on how they feel about college at an early start and we can even change our pathways for the next semester to grow at a rate that we want to and feel ready for, especially because like a lot of students go into BCTC and think that it's like just like high school, but it can be a whole lot harder. And we did interview Dr. Red and ask him about how much harder is BCTC than STEAM Academy or just high schools in general. And this is what he had to say.
So the BCTC courses are definitely harder, but more so because of the discipline that's required to be successful in them. So students definitely have to be self-motivated. For instance, there's some classes where professors will post all the assignments for the semester and say you have until the end of the semester to complete these assignments. So it takes a lot of discipline, self-motivation to be able to complete those in the given time without putting them off and procrastinating until the end of the semester. So it's difficult in that sense, and I would say the content goes a lot deeper. So students will be expected to think deeper, to write papers that are more to just make them more thought-provoking, more analysis than what they're used to, research data than what they would usually do in a high school setting. And so I think it's not as much about it being so hard as it is about just being ready for the maturity level that you have to engage in with college professors and college faculty in that type of a context.
Thank you all for listening to our podcast. We would like to give a thank you to Mr. Rid. And if you want more content like this, go to STEAM Academy News.